Trump states that the golden era is here. Now, this is all exciting. It pumps a lot of people up, but what does this actually mean? How do you contextually take what he's saying right here and not sit on the sidelines and sit on your hands and wait for a savior? What does it mean the golden era is here? The golden age is here. What does it mean the greatest wealth transformation in history? Now, I can only share with you what I took from this and what I've done from 2020. And I'm gonna share with you what it means, because now we're experiencing the seeds we planted in 2020 by not listening to the bullshit, not trying to get rich quick, and studying methodically what is actually happening. And we did very well from 2020 to 2025. And we're about to change our family's timeline from 2025 to 2030. There's these opportunities and moments in time that open up, kind of like a portal, if you want to say, where the old model of money compounds every 7 years at 10%. Einstein said it's the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest, where we have found that based on what we invested in, we were able to compound money in 1 year and 6 months. And that's running a low 45% return. My XRP went up 800% since 2020, my Bitcoin 200%, and my overall asset portfolio close to 300%. These are just raw numbers. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me. So do you see how the model, and I'm taking out all the variation, if you just ran a 45% run rate, you take that model of money compounds every 7 years at 10% and you bring it down to 1.6 years, maybe 1 year. And that's what people think and try to understand about cryptocurrency or innovation in AI. Yes, you can make wealth in a lot shorter of a time in these time spans. But if you go outside of the actual models and principles of how wealth is built, you're gonna get wrecked 100% of the time. So here's what this means, this is from his understanding of him and his family rewiring the financial system to centralized banking system to a decentralized banking system. And now he's putting his money where his mouth is. They launched World Liberty Financial, which I do invest in. I want to be very transparent of that. I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm buying it weekly. World Liberty Financial is a token that gives you governance to the decentralized bank that he created. Donald Trump Jr., Barron Trump, Eric Trump, and the Witkoff family. Study these people. Study the Witkoff family. Steve Witkoff is always seen hanging out with Trump, just like Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick is the former CEO of Cantor. He passed it down to his son. There's a big family thing going on here. To Brandon Lutnick, Cantor is a juggernaut in Bitcoin and gives loans to Bitcoin crypto companies, Now, Brandon Lutnick took over. Howard Lutnick is the Commerce Secretary for our country, is going to be a billionaire in Bitcoin by the end of this year. The Trump family's wealth has grown dramatically in cryptocurrency. Study the Witkoff family. So what does this mean for you? What it means is that we, as the public who woke up to this, can study and invest. Study is key. Don't ever invest because some bearded dude with the hat on backwards says his top cryptos, and I'm gonna tell you my exact portfolio at the end of this. You should only invest things that you understand and you can explain to a 10-year-old. If you can't explain it to a 10-year-old and they understand, then you should not invest in it. Okay. So what we are investing in is a new infrastructural change of the financial system. I use things like Bitcoin as digital gold. You can't FUD me in, you can't FUD me out. I will never sell my Bitcoin. My Bitcoin has grown 50% every single year. I have crushed inflation with Bitcoin. I store my excess US dollar in Bitcoin. That's what I do. I also have XRP, which is my number one holding by a long shot because I believe in it. So much that when they got sued by the SEC, everybody ran off and I said, bye, Felicia. And I stacked it because I believed in it. I understand the technology. I came from banking. I was like, this is the most disruptive financial technology in the world. And there's Bitcoin maxis, XRP maxis. They coexist. Bitcoin is gold. XRP is a bridge currency. That's simple. It ain't that difficult. So everybody gets all caught up. I own both. Solana, decentralized finance, infrastructure. I love Solana's platform. HBAR. Guys, study this stuff. VeChain, supply chain management. I now own World Liberty Financial Token. I get the governance and I get to make decisions on the new DeFi platform that Trump's family's created. So what is happening is moving from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Industrial to technical. An archaic banking system to a new rewired banking system. It's that simple. It's not always some big grand conspiracy and there's a flip of a switch on this date. And I have to let you know, and I hate to burst your bubble, but none of us on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter actually have the insight to what's happening at that level. I hate to burst your bubble, but we can do the best we can to study methodically and watch their moves. We can do that, and we can use powerful discernment to make decisions. That's what we did. I'm only speaking from truth. So I held the line in 2020, 2021. We profited heavily going 2021 to 2022. I pulled profits. I didn't watch it up and slam down 80% in 2022. What I did was I created cash flow with those profits. I didn't buy Lambos, Ferraris, big watches, and houses. I didn't flex. I flexed some cash flow, baby. I created cash flow. I wanted to make my family in a position never, ever again where a man or woman can shut down my business in COVID pandemic and take away my ability to take care of my family. And I did it. I built cash generating businesses. Now I have 6 ecosystems. 3 of them are in heavy cash flow. I invested into cash generating dividends that pay me heavy cash flow. And what do I do with that cash flow? Since it's trash, and if I can't beat 2% inflation, then I'm losing my money as I put it into stuff that beats 2% inflation. If you don't invest in assets, you're gonna get crushed by inflation. So I transmuted into deflationary assets. I personally use things like XRP and Bitcoin that have fixed supplies. That's an example. Well, those 6 fixed supply assets grew dramatically from 2020 to 2025, and they were gonna grow dramatically over time, from 2025 to 2030. So from 2020 to 2025, my XRP grew 800%, my Bitcoin 200%, my overall portfolio about 300%. I'm just giving you raw numbers. What did I do? I took a little bit of profit off the table, and what did we do, family? We protected it. I put it into cash value life insurance, which creates richest man in Babylon. Bitcoin I'm never selling. I have cash flow, deflationary assets at profit. I move it into cash value life insurance. Now I just richest man in Babylon. I took $1. I took that dollar and I put it into something that grew an asset. I took the profit from the asset, I put it into protection, and now it creates leverage. Then I can borrow against my policy to richest man in Babylon. I turned $1 into 3 as you're usually watching $1 go up and down, and you're getting destroyed by inflation. Then I took the leverage from the assets, and what did I do? I went back to step 1, and I bought more cash flow. The example that I give is I took a 14% loan from my Bitcoin, didn't sell any of my Bitcoin. They gave me 14% loan. They gave me their cash. I went and bought my insurance brokerage, which we're going to pay off in 1 month. I'm actually going to pay it off 6 months earlier. That already had cash flow. My Bitcoin grows 50% every year. I actually made 36%. That's called DeFi, baby. I'm the bank. I made 36% on my loan. Damn, Felicia. Gotta have fun too, guys. Hopefully you're laughing at that. If you're not, lighten up. So now, next month, that loan will be paid off. We're paying it off almost 5 months earlier. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a loan again, and I'm going to buy more cash flow. And guess what I'm gonna do when I pay that loan off? I'm only leveraging 25% of my digital assets, very important. Then I'm gonna buy more cash flow. And by 2030, my family will be in a cash flow generating machine. And guess what we did? This is my personal ecosystem. Boom. We're doing it at a company level, and we're increasing the enterprise value of our company dramatically by 2029. As your company stores your assets in inflationary US dollar, it gets poorer every single year. We transmute ours into XRP, Bitcoin, cash generating dividends, and we're increasing the enterprise value for our shareholders. Now that's what I do. The question is, what do you do? What's your ecosystem? And if you can't answer that question, you should not be investing in what I say. You should be learning how to build an ecosystem. And once you learn how to build an ecosystem, you should study it methodically and never make a financial decision based on what somebody says on the internet. You should only do it based on if you can explain it to a 10-year-old. Read the white papers, read the World Liberty